Ebenezer, greetings everyone. My name is Prophet Chike Jideonwo of the Ebenezer Ministries. So, today I'll be talking about dreams, or how to know, not necessarily dreams, how to know that you have a spiritual wife or a spiritual husband. Now, before I do this teaching, I have to explain something. Be it spiritual husband, spiritual wife, marine spirit, spirit of anger, these are all demonic attacks. These are all demonic attacks. Spirit of love, these are all demonic attacks. Now, when you begin to see a particular trend in your family, you are 5, nobody's getting married. There is a problem, there's a demon that is attacking the family. Now, even the ones that are married are getting divorced. There is marry and remarry. It happens to your grandma. It happens to your mom. Now it's almost happening to you. How about when you see your great-grandma had a daughter for a man? She wasn't married. Your grandma has a child, a daughter for a man. She wasn't married. Your mother now has a child for a married man. She wasn't married. Now you are in your 40s. You are not also married. Can you see the pattern? Can you see the pattern? It shows there's a demonic attack. There is something in that bloodline attack. There's a demon attacking. There is the possibility that there is a spiritual husband or there is a spiritual wife. Now, when you begin to see these patterns, look up my number. Some of you send me emails, emails. I was shocked to see that the other day. Look for my number. Send me a message, text message or WhatsApp from wherever you are in the world. And let me speak a word of deliverance. Let me release some prophetic word. Distance is not a barrier. All right. So now, what are the signs that you will see and you begin to know that it's like there is this presence of a spiritual husband or a spiritual wife? Number one, when you as a man or a woman, you do not like what we call in Nigeria touching body. You do not like closeness. You don't want your partner to come close to you. This is a sign. You don't want to be affectionate. You don't want that at all. This is number one sign that there is the presence of a spiritual husband or a marine wife. Number two, when you prefer to sleep separately. When you prefer to sleep separately. You are in the house with your spouse. You are on the bed. You prefer to sleep on the edge. You don't want to come close. Or you sleep in another room. You go to the living room. You leave the room. You always look for an excuse not to stay in the same bed. If it happens also that even on the same bed, there will be a huge space in the middle. Listen, if there is a huge space, there can't be intimacy. You see, 2 is better than 1. 2 can only be better than 1 when they are, the Bible also said that 2 will keep warm, right? Because there is friction. When our body is touching, then we can cuddle. Then we can begin to, work things out as spouses. So this is number 2 sign that there is the presence of a demon or a spiritual wife. Now, when also your prayer life is 0, you cannot wake up to pray. You do not wake up to pray. This is a sign that there is a spiritual wife or a spiritual husband. Even when you wake up to pray or someone wakes you up to pray, you fall asleep. You always want to sleep. You can, after the prayer is over, you begin to watch TV, movie, your phones, Now you are no longer sleepy. As soon as they pick up the Bible to read, you fall asleep. That is a sign. Now, now you have, if you observe that you have sowed seed, you have prayed, you have gone everywhere, the time has come for you to meet a seer. All right. Now, how about another sign to show that there is the presence of a spiritual wife or a spiritual husband? A 52-year-old pastor called me some time ago, and he was telling me how he's 52 years, no wife. Every relationship is destroyed one way or the other. Mind you, he is a good man. Now, these demons do not want you to be in any relationship. When you begin to see that you find it difficult to keep a relationship, be you a man or a woman, the demon is involved. A spiritual wife or husband is involved, and these are stubborn spirits. All right, they do not want you to be in any relationship. As soon as you enter a relationship, there is one problem or the other. You always find fault in a man, in a woman, anybody that you always find fault. All right. Now, when another sign that you have a spiritual husband or spiritual wife is when you live in unforgiveness of people who have hurt you in the past, especially as it concerns relationship. You are insolent. You argue excessively. You hear people telling you, you are always moody, erratic. It is a sign you have a spiritual husband or a spiritual wife. Something is wrong. You have a character deficiency. All right. How about when you begin to observe that you forget your dreams? I tell people, when you observe that you are always forgetting your dreams, it shows that something in your life, in your destiny, career is already under attack. All right. It is through dream you get plans of, you begin to discover certain plans of God for you. Now you are forgetting. How will God speak to you? If God isn't speaking to you, if you are not hearing from God, you must be hearing from the devil. All right. You get the point. Now, another sign to show that you have a spiritual husband is when a woman, you are bleeding year in, year out. Now let this one sink. I know now you are thinking. You are bleeding year in, year out. If you are not bleeding, you have infections. From this infection to that infection, from that infection. It is a sign that you have a spiritual husband. All right. How about, I have met people who will tell me in counseling session, during one-on-one, they will tell me how when they are sleeping with their spouse, they can't come. But when they go outside, they can come. They can climax. It is a sign that there is the presence of a spiritual husband. You need to run to me for deliverance. All right. How about when you have so-called low libido, or you can stay from January to December without sex and it does not bother you? Now, physically you don't feel like, but then when you sleep, these demons come to victimize and molest you. All right. So it is a sign that you have a spiritual wife or a spiritual husband. Now, what another sign? Another sign is if you observe that there is a particular family pattern, there is something in this pattern. It happened to your grandma. It happened to your mom. Now you are facing the same predicament. It shows that either a spiritual husband is at work, a spiritual wife, or generally a demon is at work. Now, what am I trying to say? My number is on my Facebook channel. Pick up my number, call me. Distance is not a barrier. My name is Prophet Chike Jideonwo. I have seen a lot during one-on-one sessions. I see a lot of persons with this issue. Sometimes you need a prophet to speak a prophetic word, and this nuisance will end. All right. So now, another sign to show that you have a spiritual husband or a spiritual wife is when either the man or the woman, you see yourself, even during the act of sex, you have no feeling, you don't enjoy it at all. Something is wrong. Something is wrong. All right. So now, these are some of the signs, all right, to show the presence of a demon or a marine spirit or a marine husband. Ebenezer, greetings, everyone. My name is Prophet Chike Jideonwo, and I love you all. God bless you. Do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, all right? Just click on the subscribe button written below, all right? You can also click on the bell, a notification bell, so every time we put up a video, we put up videos 3 times every week, so you are among the first persons to be aware. God bless you all in Jesus' name.